हेलो एंड वेलकम। तो आज हम अपनी कम्युनिकेशन की सीरीज को आगे बढ़ाते हुए ऑथेंटिसिटी और एनकरेजमेंट की पावर के बारे में बात करेंगे। ये दो सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं जो आपकी कम्युनिकेशन के तहत आपके रिलेशनशिप्स और आपके खुद की पर्सनल ग्रोथ में चार चांद लगा सकते हैं। हम सब अपनी जिंदगी में असली कनेक्ट ढूंढते हैं, राइट? रिलेशनशिप्स, फ्रेंडशिप्स, करियर, सब जगह हम रियल कनेक्शंस चाहते हैं। लेकिन ये पॉसिबल कब होता है? जब आप रियल होते हैं और दूसरों को अपलिफ्ट करते हैं। आज का वीडियो इसी के बारे में है। सो ग्रैब अ कप ऑफ कॉफी, सिट बैक एंड लेट्स डाइव इनटू इट। सबसे पहले बात करते हैं ऑथेंटिसिटी की, यानी कि आपका असली रूप। ऑथेंटिसिटी इज द फाउंडेशन ऑफ ट्रस्ट एंड कनेक्शन। अगर आप रियल नहीं हैं, तो आप कितना भी दिखावा कर लें, इम्प्रेस करने की कोशिश कर लें, कनेक्शन कभी डीप नहीं बना सकते। In communication, it is important to say what you mean what you say in a way that promotes positive relationships. This is what we call the art of authenticity. The art of authenticity is the mastery of being real with the people around you. A lack of authenticity can lead to strained relationships where communication is clouded and feelings and intentions are hard to determine. Your actions and words fall into one of the three categories: assertiveness, passiveness, and aggressiveness. Be assertive. Do you find it awkward to talk to people you don't know? Do you allow other people to cut in front of you at the grocery store? Do you eat the food brought to you in restaurants even if it is not properly prepared? Do you have trouble communicating what you really want to say? अगर आपका उत्तर इनमें से किसी के लिए भी हाँ है, तो आपको पॉजिटिव असर्टिवनेस की एक डोज चाहिए। And remember that words we use communicate important things about us to others. क्या आपके वर्ड्स और एक्शंस ये शो करते हैं कि आप कॉन्फिडेंट हैं? क्या आपका भी कोई नजरिया है? Because authenticity calls for a certain degree of assertiveness. Passiveness is generally equated with low self-esteem. Examples of passive statements can be, I don't care what we do tonight, when you really do. Whatever you think, when you really have an opinion. Aggressiveness is one-sided. It fails to take into account the other person's feelings. Aggressiveness usually ends up taking the form of put-downs and sarcasm. It leads to defensiveness and resistance. People don't like to be controlled. And here are a few examples of aggressive statements. No one here does anything to help. You kids don't appreciate what we do for you. Do it because I say so. क्या आपको अपने पेरेंट्स की याद आई? Assertiveness, on the other hand, communicates forthrightness and actually wins people over by empowering them. It is a self-respect-based balance between passiveness and aggressiveness. It allows you to authentically express your thoughts. It takes into account other people's viewpoint and generally leads to cooperation rather than defensiveness. Now, here are a few keys for developing good assertive skills. Use specifics rather than generalities. Point to behaviors rather than to motives. Remain objective rather than judgmental. Get right to the point. Talk to the right person. I just don't feel good about the presentation. Something about the way you communicate really bothers me. I can't explain what I mean, but I just don't like it. क्या कभी आपके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है? क्या आपको भी सामने वाले की बात समझने में दिक्कत हुई है कि वो क्या कहना चाहता है? हमें हमेशा स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए कि हम क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं और बातों को इधर उधर घुमा कर करने से बेहतर है हम सॉल्यूशन पर बात करें। टॉक इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स, नॉट एज समवन सेड। हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हमारी बातें फैक्चुअली करेक्ट हों। Some people say more and more about less and less and end up saying nothing at all. हम किसी के मोटिव को क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि किसी के मोटिव को क्वेश्चन करने का मतलब है हम किसी पर पर्सनली अटैक कर रहे हैं। Instead, talk about specific behavior and how that behavior affects how you feel about the issue. Behaviors are measurable while motives are subjective and can be easily misinterpreted. तो अगले पॉइंट के लिए हम एक उदाहरण लेते हैं। So there is this old story about a Persian king who wanted to teach his 4 sons never to make rash judgments. इसलिए उसने अपने सबसे बड़े बेटे को विंटर में आम का पेड़ देखने के लिए भेजा, सेकंड वाले को स्प्रिंग में, थर्ड वाले को समर्स में और फोर्थ वाले को ऑटम में। और जब चारों अपनी यात्रा से वापस आ गए तो राजा ने अपने चारों बेटों को बुलाया और उन सब से उनके अनुभव के बारे में पूछा। The eldest said, "It looks like a burnt old stump." No, the second one said, "It is lacy green." The third described it as beautiful as a rose. And the fourth one, the youngest one, said, "No, its fruit is like a pear." So the king said, "Each one is right, for each of you saw the tree in a different season." और इस कहानी से हमें यह शिक्षा मिलती है कि हमें चीजों को पूरी तरह से समझना चाहिए and we should never jump to hasty conclusions. Remain objective rather than become judgmental and critical. Keep an open mind as you enter into conversations, as you will win the attention and affection of those you are talking to. Too often we press our opinion rather than take the time to really listen to the other person. We end up shutting that person out and missing potential opportunities. See, nobody likes a critic. People are attracted to people who like and appreciate them, not to people who judge and condemn them. The latter only closes the door of communication. Winston Churchill used to say, "If you have an important point to make, don't try to be subtle or clever. Use a pile driver, hit the point once, then come back and hit it again. Then a third time, a tremendous whack." When it comes to assertiveness, the Prime Minister was right. Don't skirt around the issues and confuse the listener. Deal with the real core of the subject. Your listener will appreciate your authenticity and directness. Talk to the right person about the issue you are dealing with. Don't waste your time or the time of the other person by talking to someone who cannot offer you any solution. One of the keys to genuine authenticity is seeing yourself accurately and then determining to continually improve. Learning how to receive correction and make change is an important key to success in life. Give your friends the permission to be honest with you and don't punish them when they are. Authentic people are the ones who aren't afraid knowing when they have made a mistake. Don't make excuses. हम अपनी सारी गलतियों के लिए कोई ना कोई बहाना तो ढूंढ ही लेते हैं और ये हम सभी जानते हैं कि losers make excuses and winners make money. Don't blame other people. हमें अपने actions की responsibility खुद लेनी चाहिए. Poor communication and poor leaders blame others for their own faults, and because of this they never seem to be successful in life. Abraham Lincoln said, "He has the right to criticize who has the heart to help." It's one thing to simply find fault, but it's an entirely different thing to accurately see problems and offer solutions. When someone gives you constructive input, as long as his or her desire is to genuinely help you, be grateful. People often play games to get what they want rather than communicating openly and honestly. So some of the games that people play are the lying game is used to manipulate the other person into believing something is or isn't true in order to get the upper hand. It is impossible for genuine relationships to survive in this case. The anger game uses negative emotion to manipulate a situation. The anger game makes people feel they have to walk on eggshells. In this approach, there can be no authenticity in dealing with the issue. Nothing can end open communication, quite like tears. Unfortunately, tears are sometimes used to manipulate a situation to the benefit of the weeper. Genuine tears are a gift, but manufactured emotion and tears are unhealthy weapons. The God card game. Sometimes we hear a person claim that God is telling him to do something. Using God to take advantage of a situation is wrong. Position and authority, they both are powerful tools in communication, and they should be. However, we should never use our positions or authority to manipulate. Use authority wisely and authentically, and don't manipulate or play games with the power you have been given. तो आइए अब हम यहाँ कंक्लूड करते हैं। एक अच्छा कम्युनिकेटर होने के लिए हमें ऑथेंटिसिटी की कला को सीखना बहुत जरूरी है। Being genuine in relationships will help others believe what you say, especially when you are genuine and authentic. तो मिलते हैं हमारी नेक्स्ट वीडियो में जो आपकी कम्युनिकेशन को और बेहतर करेगी। लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें क्योंकि आपकी सफलता हमारा मिशन है।